On this episode, we'll talk about weight stalls. We'll also talk about the amount of fluid you need daily, and we'll also talk about the need of a passport to come to Mexico. Hello everyone, I'm Dr. Alvarez from Endobariatric.com and welcome to episode 51 of the Ask Dr. A show. 5-1 already, wow. So thank you so much for submitting your questions using the hashtag as every other week. And of course, the people have been sending me questions through Snapchat. People, I'm sorry if you send me a question, if I don't get to it in time, the question disappears. But you've been noticing that I'll screenshot the question and we'll have it in queue, so it'll be coming up shortly on the show. Let's go into the questions.
At what point should I be concerned that I'm at a stall in my weight loss?
All right, so let's talk about weight stalls. Weight stalls, I've said it once, I'll say it again. Weight stalls are normal. Weight stalls are needed. Plateaus are needed for your body to adjust. Please understand that your body is going through a lot of stress, through a lot of changes. Your body needs to needs to adapt. Your body needs to put a stall and say, wait a minute, I need to readjust certain functions like hormones, like the amount of fluid in your body, like the amount of the amount of blood in your body, your cardiopulmonary functions, all those things change because now you're not 300 or 200, now you're 150 pounds or lighter, you're maybe 100 pounds lighter, you're 50 pounds lighter, and these stalls are needed, all right? So that's number one. When should I worry if I hit a stall? Well, the stalls can last a week, they can last 2 weeks, they can last 5 weeks, 6 weeks, 7 weeks, it doesn't matter. What you need to do is keep track. In other words, keep focused. You need to keep track, as we mentioned in the previous episode, keep track using MyFitnessPal application or some other app that tracks the amount of calories you're eating. If you're still doing the same amount of calories, if you're under 1,000 or close to 1,000, you're eating correctly, wisely, good choices. If you're still exercising and burning some calories, you're doing fine. Getting enough fluids, you're doing fine. All you have to do is what? Wait. All you have to do is just wait, because the weight stall will go, you'll break it, it'll continue losing weight and continue losing sizes. But please just keep in mind that you need to keep focused while you're hitting this stall.
How much of fluid should I intake averagely each day to minimize chances of dehydration?
All right, so how much fluid do you need? You need 64 ounces. Plain simple, all right? But there are several buts actually. But number one, you can't, it's going to be practically impossible for you to drink 64 ounces right after surgery, especially the first 2, 3, 4 days. Why? Because the sleeve is just barely crafted, it's so swollen in there, you'll be able to sip weight. That sip weight technique I teach you in the hospital. You'll be able to do that, but it's very difficult to get to the 64 ounces right away. But as the days go by, day 4, day 5, it gets much simpler, easier, and you'll be able to get enough fluids. Now, remember that we've talked about this before. Remember water versus regular fluids? Remember water, people with sleeves have a difficult time with water. It's much harder to get that water down than any other regular fluid like tea, like let's say, put an example like Gatorade, or like a package of Crystal Light to a little bit of water. It changes the osmolarity, the consistency of that water, and it goes down much nicer in a patient with a gastric sleeve. So if you have initially some trouble with plain water, switch or add something to that water and changes the whole deal. You need to hit 64 ounces. Now, here's another but. If you're experiencing very, very hot weather like we do down here this time of year in summer where we hit temperatures over 100, you need to increase the amount of water daily. So keep track. The first question, if you notice, keep track of your calories. This question is keep track of your fluids.
I was wondering if I would need a passport to come for surgery?
So back in the old days, you didn't need a passport to come to Mexico for surgery because it was ground transportation. Nowadays, you don't need the passport to come into Mexico, but you do need a passport to actually say, hey, I'm a U.S. citizen or I'm from Canada. This is my passport, and let you back into the country, all right? So the answer is yes, you do need it. They're fairly quick with the passports. You do have enough time when you book surgery. Simple process. You will need it sooner or later. Might as well just get the passport. You can use it in the future for traveling. So get your passport. It's much, much simpler. All right, so that's it for episode 51 of the Ask Dr. A show. Question of the week is, do you track your fluid intake? Yes, no? Answers below. I'm really curious. I'll see you on the next episode of the Ask Dr. A show. Take care and God bless.